Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week that we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your humble host, Michael LeBune. How you doing? Good. Good.
Son of a bitch. For a second, I was like, are you?
Let's get to the news. As you know, ever since the pandemic and the rip in the space-time continuum that makes time irrelevant, we like to spotlight a couple of stories in the news just so you can anchor yourself in time and determine which timeline you're in. If you've forgotten, we are in the worst timeline. Some parts of the country seem to be falling back into the 1800s, but alas, I will move on. It is the 22nd week of 2022. Easy to remember because of that. We got Alito delaying a lot of undated ballots in Pennsylvania, and he is currently the trending topic on social media. Some crazy investigation updates in the trial of the officer of Patrick LaLoya up in Michigan. Don't know if you've seen this video, but the police officer quite clearly tackles this immigrant and then shoots him in the back of the head. And the judge has decided to delay delay thinking about that because they're just not sure what happened. And I'm like, he quite clearly. Okay. So craziness all over the place. Arizona Republican something or other, Wendy Rogers, said Fed boy summer has started in Buffalo. So the lunatic fringe who are in office right now are still spouting all kinds of crazy crap all over the place. Meanwhile, down in Texas, Cuellar in the runoff for Democratic nomination. Cuellar, who is the only pro-life Democrat in the House of Representatives. And, you know, Nancy Pelosi could have supported somebody that was, pro-choice, but she didn't. She decided to go with this guy who's got a 99% rating from the NRA. And as of right now, it is too close to call. So Cisneros still has a chance, and we are still waiting for those pending votes to come in. Still quite a bit of talk about the shooting at the elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. And just to give you an idea how much talk there is on it, we have now had at least 15 mass shootings since then, including 12 mass shootings over the Memorial Day weekend. That's because we revoked the assault weapons ban. I know a lot of people are talking about what could we possibly have done to do this? Well,
what the fuck?
Gun massacres were a lot less frequent when we banned assault weapons. And then when we re-legalized them, they went right back up, and they're continuing to scream upwards. It's not just a city thing. It is everywhere across the country.
I'd like to point out you can't hunt with those weapons.
Yeah.
There's not an animal you can hunt legally with that fucking weapon. The only thing that weapon is used for is to kill.
Well, I mean, I think we all know when these people give their excuses about these guns that it's not the real reason. The real reason is that they have a tiny penis. In the mass shootings database update, we can now see that there have been 4,652 mass shootings in the United States since 2013. We're at mass shooting 270 in the 22nd week of 2022. That is more than one a day.
Oh my God.
Which is part of the reason why you cannot keep track of where you are in time, because the news is like a rerun. I mean, I'm not even sure what to say. Police killing innocent people, Republicans spouting craziness, like, Marjorie Traitor Greene saying that Joe Biden is trying to grow fake meat with microchips in it in a peach tree dish and track our movements. It's just their craziness sounds like
tree dish. She did not.
Yes. Yeah. Now,
he said peach tree. That was cute.
Yeah, peach tree dish. I'm pretty sure if you just typed in peach tree dish today, you would just get all Marjorie Traitor Greene.
Wow.
She is as dumb as a box of rocks. And I actually said, honestly, she is so consistently laughable that I am now running into the ethical issue of if I can mock the mentally disabled. Because, I mean,
I thought that was a good one.
thank you, dear. Appreciate that. All right. And closing out the news from Facebook for the Blind on Tuesday, May 31st, 2022. New study shows that coffee drinkers, even those with a sweet tooth, live longer. That's right. They have now found that results show that everybody who drinks a whole lot of coffee seems to die a whole lot less. What do you say to that, Michael, man?
I say that mathematically, this means I am going to live forever. So
yes,
me too.
yeah, baby.
We did it. Look at him.
See Eric. What was that? Fuck, was that yesterday, Eric?
What?
That I saw you?
Oh yeah, I saw you yesterday, and then I saw Tyler last night.
I had 3 cups of coffee by the time I showed up to your house that morning, and we had another cup of coffee. I may have had 2.
Man, I just put the crazy straw in the pot at this point. I mean, let's just go for it. I don't even care.
Kitty, don't let your feelings be hurt. I was just passing through town.
He didn't even. He says a cup of coffee, and I poured him a big one. He didn't even finish it.
His feelings are. I should have texted that joke. Sorry, Kitty. You're right. You're right. Yeah, honestly, if you came through my town and I didn't see you, I'd be fucking pissed. So you're right. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I did you wrong. But
as we are.
I assume you accept my apology.
Well, as I said, that wraps up the news for May 31st, 2022. And now I'm going to hand it off to my beautiful co-host, Eric Sizemore, with some funny memes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Abune in for Eric Sizemore. Glow fuck yourself. Starting off with glow fuck yourself for the wholesome meme round. A picture of a woman smoking what looks like a marijuana cigarette. Then it's another picture of a woman holding, looks like a page from the Bible. And then it's 2 pictures showing that page of the Bible being rolled into a marijuana cigarette. It says a woman has sparked controversy online after she ripped off the part of the Bible asking wives to be submissive to their husbands and used it to smoke weed. Listen, I'm not saying that this woman was angry with her partner when she did this. I'm just saying this would be a lot funnier if she was currently angry at her partner when she did this. Fear of going out, friend of the show, fear of going out, says forecast for my life this week is spot on. And they've taken a picture of the television that says outlook, very warm, sunny, breakdown later in the week. Fucking spot on. Trash Can Paul has a picture of what looks like a man wearing jeans with piss covering the front of the jeans. And it says, don't judge a man till you've pissed a mile in his pants. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, fucking love you, Trash Can. Pull it together. Trash Can Paul again. This is going to be a little difficult to go through. I'm just going to kind of go through this quickly. I'm not going to go through all of them. But the first is a plate of spaghetti with what looks like, I'm guessing, basil, red sauce, and then spaghetti noodles on a plate. And it says spaghetti. And the next is just the red sauce and the basil, and it says spa, spa, spa. Then it's just the noodles, and it says gay, 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 gay. Then it's the spaghetti without the plate, and it says spaghetti. Then it's like just the sauce and basil with no noodles on the plate, and it says spatty. Then there's just basil, and it just says. And finally, there is the basil and the hovering over the plate, hovering over under another plate, hovering over that is more spaghetti, hovering over that is another plate, hovering over that is spaghetti sauce, and this one's titled Atheist. Fear of going out. Friend of the show, fear of going out. I'm afraid to. They're retweeting Chuck Wendig, who's retweeting or quote tweeting the New York Post. The New York Post has a picture of Jupiter, and the headline reads, "New research finds Jupiter is flinging asteroids at Earth." To which Chuck Wendig asked, "Honestly, do you blame it?" Petulant fucking planet. Trash Can Paul. Big Trash Can Paul round this round. So strap in. 3 panels from Donnie Darko. And I believe this is Donnie Darko talking to his therapist. Donnie Darko says, I made a new friend. And the therapist says, real or podcast host? And Donnie Darko says, podcast host. I do feel like they're my friends. And we're your friends. So Glow Fuck Yourself is back. This is a picture, looks like it's still from anime. And then I think it looks like a young girl, and she's smiling, squinting her eyes closed. And it says, just thinking about that time, Ja Rule marooned a bunch of rich kids on a desert island and fed them jail sandwiches. Oh yes, Firefest. How we loved everything about Firefest. Hang on, nice. I must kill this spider. Bad luck to kill a spider, but oh god, it touched me. That was bad luck. Okay, I'm done with that. 3 more memes this round. This is a picture of a little, I don't know how you call this. It's a tiny little cartoon-looking character. Kind of looks like Kirby with a body. And it says, when you clean, it's just sitting in the corner, smiling. And it says, when you clean your room so good that the only trash left is you. Relevant. Relatable content. Trash Can says, you're in her, and this is the bad guy from Breaking Bad, and he's like straightening his tie. He looks very debonair. And it says, you're in her DMs trying to steal her heart. I'm in her driveway trying to steal her catalytic converter. We are not the same. And I believe this is my last meme for this round. Instagram S Great tweets, what song y'all had no business singing when y'all was younger? And friend of the show, Vino, says, the national anthem. Yeah, fucking same.
Nice. I believe I have.
My kids don't fucking sing it.
I think my wholesome round memes. I think I forgot that it was a wholesome round. So getting right into it. Friend of the show, Chandler Smith, shares this rainbow that I've seen, and it says, the fact that I'm still attracted to men should prove that sexuality is not a choice. I saw this from several women and gay men, and it was like, yeah, that's pretty solid there, really. This next one is just sort of idiotic packaging in America from our friend of the show, Jackie Handlers. Jackie, thanks for listening to the show. It's a picture of chicken drumsticks, and the ingredients have been circled because it says contains back legs only. That's a thinker, isn't it?
I'm not eating no front legs, no chicken front legs. I'll tell you that right now.
I got this mental image in my head of like Colonel Sanders down at the KFC labs with like a 17-leg chicken going, oh, did somebody leak the information? Got a drumstick promotion coming up next month that's going to be sick. All right, moving on. A friend of the show, Doug Henwood, posts amazing placement here. And this is, I believe, his Twitter feed. And we see on the news section, of course, is still, the Texas Elementary School. And on the right hand is Daniel Defense, manufacturer of guns and arms. And they have chosen to use a picture of a child handling an AR-15. And it says, quote, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he was old, he will not depart from it. So that's a Bible verse being used to sell weaponry to children, placed right next to a news story. Woo! Amazing placement.
I'm morally obligated to name this as idolatry. This is what idolatry looks like.
I've had a great deal of
blasphemy.
Yeah, blasphemy. Yeah, and actually this week I came up with a new phrase that I'm still working on, but Michael, I'd like you to noodle on it too. Thou shalt not weaponize Bible verses.
No, you can't do that, because then you're erasing like all of Christian history. That's fucking yeah. I think that's a great commandment. I I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. This is really bad.
Yeah. And I apologize, guys. In the first round, I like to try and trigger Michael with something easy.
Well done.
The other
Yeah,
98,
breaks my
the other
heart.
98% post this one where they've got a picture of a person sticking their shoes in a tub, and it says, one dude had a poorly planned bomb in his shoe, and now we have 100% shoe control at every airport nationwide.
Yeah,
And,
no shit.
I would like to contrast that
God.
with Ted Cruz, the sound of a badger speaking come to life, and Ted Cruz continually saying all over the place that we need schools to have people enter through one door, just one door. We need one door. So he is a big proponent of door control, very pro door control, pro shoe control. Really try to control just about anything that has nothing to do with the problem. So there's that. Next one's from Nev Schulman, who says, how about we treat every young man who wants to buy a gun like every woman who wants to get an abortion? Mandatory 48-hour waiting period, parental permission, a note from his doctor proving he understands what he's about to do, a video he has to watch about the effects of gun violence, an ultrasound wand up his ass just because. Let's close down all but one gun shop in every single state. Make him travel hundreds of miles, take time off work, stay overnight in a strange town to get a gun. Make him walk through a gauntlet of people holding photos of loved ones who were shot to death, people who call him a murderer and beg him not to buy a gun. That all makes more sense to do this with young men and guns than with women in healthcare, right? I mean, no woman getting an abortion has killed a room full of people in seconds. That was reposted by voters.
It is really, really weird that you
That
can
was
buy a gun
deep.
before you can buy a beer. Like, that's really
No shit.
confused logic.
Fucked up.
I mean, the thing is, too, if you think about it, we talk about, you can't vote or have a beer before you're 21 because your brain is not mature enough. Science says
You can
that.
vote.
You're impulsive.
No, you can vote.
What did I say?
Yeah, you said you can't vote or buy a beer. You can definitely vote. But it is like the idea that it is socially irresponsible to sell an 18-year-old White Claw. But it's not socially irresponsible, by their logic, obviously, to sell them an assault rifle.
Yeah.
I just don't, I can't even wrap my head around it.
No, it's interesting, too. And it's crazy, too. When I was in Europe, I was drinking with all these teenagers because I was 18. I loved it, man. I got on the airplane and I was 3 years underage, and I got off the airplane and I was 3 years overage. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I talked to them about that, and I was just like, why can you guys drink so young here? And they said, well, first off, there's a pub within walking distance everywhere, and two, you can walk. You're not going to get in a car and kill someone.
Right.
And I said, well, what about a bicycle? And they're like, A, you cannot kill someone on a bicycle drunk. And B, they said, we have very strict driving under the influence on a bicycle laws.
You're walking. Is it?
Yeah. And I was like, no, that's fucking fascinating how these guys figured that out. And we still haven't. So, oh, well. All right, moving on. You got about half a dozen more of these. This is a picture of the police, one with a taser and one detaining the parents outside of the Texas school. And then we have a little cartoon of some cops in the flag with the blue line in the middle of it. But the little cartoon cops are hiding behind the blue line saying, no, you go in. No, you go in. Well, I'm not going in. And one of the guys has clearly pissed himself. And the caption on this says, these colors don't run. To save kids, even when they outnumber and outarm the gunman, but they have the time to detain and tase, threaten unarmed parents. Tell me more about the right to protect your own family. So, yeah, and there was a whole lot of these different memes coming out about the police action, and the feds have even gotten involved to investigate what's going on. But I think my favorite take, because we really like a good Gadsden flag around here, actually all kinds of flags, but this was my favorite, and I posted this one quite a few places. Just a nice black and white United States flag, but instead of the blue stripe down the middle, it's yellow.
Because they're fucking yellow. Yeah. Look, man, I don't. There's nothing funny about this, and I'm, we've had a week. I listened to the show again, last week's show again, and I'm really glad we didn't do this last week.
Yeah.
But I think that people forget this is already gone to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has already ruled that the police are under no obligation to put themselves in harm's way in order to protect citizens. This is the Supreme Court of the United States has already fucking decided this. What's happening here is actually people are just waking up to the illusion that police have, like that they project.
Yeah.
But this has never been who they are.
No.
The police are only
Human
heroes
decency.
in cop. They are only heroes in propaganda movies.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think Americans learn the most from television, and yet they don't learn anything at all. And I'd like to point this out too. How many shows are about cops, courts, detectives, prosecutors, lawyers, right? That's like all of them, right? And yet on the internet in the last few years, have you seen anybody who seems to know how to gather evidence and make a good case? Because I don't. I see people asserting BS all the time. No. So
yeah, right.
All you're learning from those propaganda shows is that cops are awesome, but that's not happening. So I think one of my favorite takes on this was Workers' Party of Massachusetts. Thanks for listening to the show, Workers' Party of Massachusetts, posting, listen, it's easy to criticize the cops. There isn't a second part to that tweet.
Yeah, well done.
Tight. That was very, very, very tight there. And by the way, too, I don't know, did you guys happen to see Herschel Walker, who's running as a Republican? He's a Republican nominee down in Georgia. Did you happen to see the word salad that he spouted on that? Anybody?
No.
So the man is not smart. He's an ex-football player, and I think he's hit his head a lot. But he basically said something, and I thought the Late Show with Stephen Colbert did a pretty good job. He said something like, we need to have like maybe the Federal Bureau of like, looking at young men who's like, looking at women who are like looking at social media. And I literally, if you play the quote, that is exactly what he said. So they made a logo for the Federal Bureau of looking at young men who are looking at women who are looking at social media. It's just, okay, that doesn't make any sense at all. And one last reminder of this event, they kept a mother outside. The other 98% posted this one about Angeli Rose Gomez, mother of 2 children at Uvalde, said she was put in handcuffs after urging the police and law enforcement to enter the school. She saw a father tackled and thrown to the ground by police and a third pepper sprayed, and they're in the photos as well. And once she was freed from her cuffs, she jumped the school fence, ran inside, and sprinted out with her kids. Mother of the year. And it just really, really stark contrast there as to anyway, get the gist. All right. Friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson. If you're not following Corey Showtime Robinson, you are missing out. Thanks for listening, Corey. He says, anybody who thinks arming teachers is a good way to prevent school shootings has completely forgotten what school was like. And I just replied, right? Clearly, we should arm the children. I don't even know why we're talking about anything else. All right, let's change topics because I'm tired of this one. Ethos of Men posted, reposted Mike Ginn at Shut Up Mike Ginn, says, fantasy author, the dark elves lived deep, deep in the Black Forest. Me, that's where my ham comes from. And
shut up.
And friend of the show, Robert Sillinger, said, that's not ham, and we're not going to discuss why you don't see elves running around everywhere like you used to.
Dude,
I want to thank.
I don't like it.
And I want to thank friend of the show Milagro for posting that. She used to come out to Blind Pig all the time, and that was quality. Wouldn't have seen it without you. Thank you, Milagro. Hey, just a casual reminder that this is a picture of 10 black and white senators from, I don't know, the 1860s. It says, casual reminder that in July 1861, 10 senators were expelled from Congress for supporting insurrection and for being engaged in a conspiracy against the peace and union of the United States government for their support of the Confederacy. Note that year. I double checked that, 1861. So,
yeah,
you know, back
I want
then.
to point out you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric.
No, go ahead.
You first. You first.
I'm just going to say, back in the day, apparently the Senate could move a lot faster than they do now. Because look at that, isn't that about 3-4 years before the war started?
Oh yeah, that can't be right. I just wanted to point of clarification here, Eric, and that's that you said this is a picture of 10 black and white senators from 1861. This is definitely 10 white senators photographed in black and white. That's what's happened here. There are no black senators, certainly none involved in the Confederacy.
Thank you for that clarification for our visually impaired.
It's an important one.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it's important. This is white people shit. This is definitely us.
You know what, though? Out of the 5,000 senators this country has had since its origin or whatever it is, I think haven't only about 3 of them been black, and aren't they in the Congress right now?
No shit. Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
exactly right.
Yeah, okay. All right, moving on.
We didn't need that clarification. Nobody thought these were black senators.
No.
This is fucking terrible and true. I mean, Jesus.
All right, moving on. You got 3 more for the wholesome round, which hasn't been wholesome at all. I apologize. This is a delightful picture of Alan. He's in the Barbie line, and we see Alan pictured on the box with another guy behind him, and it says, "Alan, he's Ken's buddy," by Mattel. And Alan is wearing a very colorful striped shirt with a rainbow of colors on it, really. Behind him is, I presume that's Ken behind him. And then inside the box, we can see he is wearing very colorful striped shirt. And geez, looks very professional. And I just wanted to point out here that the final line on this is, "All of Ken's clothes fit him," which, like, I don't know if Ken left some clothes over at Alan's house or Alan left some clothes over at Ken's house, but we have established that, unfortunately, Alan never married. He was famous for his extravagant sense of style and his dinner parties. Ken was often seen there.
Longtime roommates.
Much like Lindsey Graham, Alan never married.
Yeah.
This was reposted by Atomic Living Mid-Century Modern Madness of the Atomic Age. And if you're not following Atomic Living Mid-Century Modern Madness of the Atomic Age, you're missing out. We got about 2 more here. Friend of the show, Stephen Abram, posts, when I picture of Kermit the Frog, and it says, "When I was a kid, my parents would always say, 'Excuse my French,' after a swear word. I'll never forget my first day at school when my teacher asked if any of us knew any French." Stephen Abram has been posting dad jokes, but they're like quality dad jokes. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, and finally, and I should have closed stronger, but alas, it's a Charlie Brown cartoon posted by Escaping Illinois. And we have Peppermint Patty leaning against the tree, and she says, do all fairy tales begin with once upon a time? And Charlie Brown responds, "No, many of them begin with, if I am elected, I promise, ...
Yes. Fucking lies.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2. This is just like white background, and it has like old timey typewriter font, and it says, "I hate when I go out in public and the public is there." I feel this deeply. Openly Gay Animals, new friend of the show, Openly Gay Animals.
Hey.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks,
Yeah. They post a pie chart here, and it says why I use subtitles. And the pie chart is overwhelmingly, I'm very colorblind, by the way, so I'm going to do my best here. It's overwhelmingly yellow or orange, and then a little bit of it's green, and then about that same amount of green is also purple. So I'd say we're probably looking at 80% yellow, 10% green, 10% purple.
Okay.
And why I use subtitles, the 10% green is because I can't understand the language. Yeah, that's one reason. And then the why I use subtitles purple here, the 10% purple, is because there are too many accents and slang. And that's happened. You know, I watch a British show or something. And then why I use subtitles overwhelmingly 80% yellow. Yellow is because I'm going to eat chips. And if this said sugar cereal, it would be me. I cannot hear over the sound of my own damn eating. Oh, openly gay animals again. They want to know. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. There's 16 pictures here. All of some look very similar. And it says they want to know: is this metalcore kids, or an onion ring? And you have to decide if you're looking at an onion ring or at a metalcore kid's ear, gaping ear hole.
Nice.
Tough. It's tougher than you think. It's tougher than you think. That's what I'll say for our listeners out there. I think this is my last one of openly gay animals. And this is a picture of a French bulldog standing on its hind legs. And it says men over 30 in skinny jeans. And French bulldogs are barrel chested and have really skinny little legs. And so it sort of looks like a pudgy guy in skinny jeans. It hurt to look at it. Very accurate.
Gotcha.
Gareth Waugh, friend of the show, Gareth Waugh says, no, I don't watch TikToks. I watch Instagram reels of TikTok videos that were popular 2 weeks ago, like a grown-up. And all right, this just says, all right, let's settle this once and for all. What color folder is math? And there's different color folders. And openly gay animals, whose back says, we all know it's blue. Blue is the color of math. I don't know why, but it is. I have a few more here. This is, you know what? I'm just going to shut up. I guess this whole round is openly gay animals. New friend of the show. Love what you're doing over there. It says, this is the fastest thing in the world. And then it's a picture of a like 18-month-old like hand that's clutching rice. And you see in the background like a plate full of food. So somebody's baby has reached out and grabbed a handful of rice. This is the fastest thing in the world. And Emmanuel Pappas says, opening these hands will have you questioning your own strength. And if you have a baby in your life, you know this shit's true.
Oh.
I think I have two more this round. This really hit me in my soul because it says, just say what you're thinking. And then it says what I'm thinking. And it's just all pictures. And it's someone smoking marijuana. There's a unicorn. There's like some geometry. There's an atom. There's sushi, a dinosaur, some aliens sitting on a UFO. I mean, it's just fucking everything you can imagine. And then a whole bunch of books. This has always been a really challenging question for me. Just say what you're thinking. How do I pick?
Yeah.
Barn owls. Barn is a picture of a barn owl, and it says, barn owls when humans invented barns. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. So stupid. My last meme for this round is from Joke Czar, friend of the show, Joke Czar. And it looks like an old, like 1950s kind of scene. And it's a dad sitting on a chair, very thoughtful. A little girl sitting on his lap reading a book. And a little boy playing on the ground at his feet. And the little girl looks at her dad and says, Daddy, what did you do before we were born? And the dad says, your mom. And the little boy says, fuck. The little boy says, fucking legend.
Nice.
Back to you, Eric, for round 2.
All righty. All righty. I was sort of scrambling here because I realized I made some disparaging remarks about Herschel Walker, and I would like to continue making disparaging remarks about Herschel Walker. So, friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson, making a second appearance in the show. This one took me down. Do you hear me? And about 18 little smiley faces below it, because it's a picture of Herschel Walker speaking, and this is a direct quote. I heard him say this. Guns don't kill people. Cain killed Abel. Sodom killed Gomorrah too. My favorite color is 15. And even if you carry the one, God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, because this old man, he played 2. He played knick-knack on my shoe. Yeah, that is the GOP's choice for Republican governor of Georgia, I believe. Anyway, or Senate. I don't know. Georgians be crazy. That's what I know. That is what I know. They've eliminated all the standards completely. Moving on, friend of the show, Elizabeth Fillmore. Thanks for listening to the show, Elizabeth. She posted a little meme here that says, I'm looking for friends with benefits. And by that, I mean people who have swimming pools, boats, or vacation homes. She comments to a friend.
Material benefits.
Yeah. I also take friends with planes. I was like, I can't believe I haven't heard this joke before. That's
Yeah, no shit. That's fucking great.
Blowing my mind. Got around half a dozen here left here. Friend of the show, John Fugelsang, responding to Tommy Lahren. Oh, Tommy Lahren, I've missed how stupid you are. Tommy Lahren tweeted, Twitter activists are so quick to demonize gun culture, but only as it relates to the NRA and law-abiding, all in caps, gun owners. Turn on about any popular rap song and you'll hear gun culture all right, but not the law-abiding kind yet, ... John Fugelsang, Salvador Ramos was a legal gun owner until he wasn't. He got his AR-15 because George W. Bush killed the assault weapons ban and Abbott lowered the purchase age to 18. Rap songs killed 0 kids this year. Stop pretending you're a Christian, you spoiled, empathy-free, soulless, racist ghoul. Which I really couldn't have said better.
Don Fugelsang really found his stride.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Did he just start tweeting funny stuff during the pandemic? Is that when it happened? I don't remember him being.
Yeah, Trump. It's when Trump got elected. It's more specifically, it's when Christians supported and elected Donald Trump. That was when John Fugelsang was like, I fucking got something to say. And he has not missed a beat.
No, he's very sharp. He's very, very sharp.
Yeah. Devout Catholic. John
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. No.
All right, moving on. The speaking badger that we talked about before, Ted Cruz, was commented on. And a friend of the show, Jamie Mattis McDaniels, passed along. Well, that pretty much sums it up. This is Stephen King, quote, Ted Cruz is very scary. From a man that wrote over 1,000 pages about a clown that murders children. Picture Stephen King there. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. I happen to notice this when Patton Oswalt retweeted Bess Kalb saying the people telling you banning guns won't make them go away are trying to ban abortion. The people telling you that banning guns won't make them go away are trying to ban abortion. And like, seriously, I have seen this trope all over the place. I have seen attorney generals who say, well, you know, laws don't make any difference. You can't pass a law on guns. And it's like, dude, you're the attorney general. I don't like, it's a weird flex, man. Friend of the show, Andrew Teedy, passed this one along, and it's a picture of a man whose entire grill is on fire. He's turning away from the flames, but still trying to get his steak off there. And it says, this is what happens when you don't click your tongs twice before grilling.
I would never, I'll never find out. I'll tell you that right now.
I was really
you
happy.
Always click the tongs.
I was really happy for this post so I could see what would possibly happen because I'm not going to try it either. Exactly. Yeah, because that's just not done. That's just not done. That's commie pinko stuff. Friend of the show, Andrew Teedy, again, second time in this shot, posts a picture of Oscar the Grouch, and it's captioned, this is the kind of inspirational message that I need. Oscar the Grouch, wearing sunglasses, says, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not garbage cannot.
That's stupid.
And Andrew,
I'm going to send that to trash can. That's good.
I said to Andrew, I said, I'm stealing this, printing this, and putting it on the fridge. So thank you again, Andrew. This one's from a friend of the show, John Wasson, captioned, hard to dispute this unassailable logic. Snoggy at a study in Snoggy posts, why don't conservative states just use thoughts and prayers to stop abortions? After all, that's what they use when people murder actual live children in schools. Send those thoughts and prayers. And actually, I forgot to do the headline. Did you guys see the comedian that trolled the NRA convention and Wayne LaPierre? Any of you see that?
No.
He just got up and he says, I am sick and tired of the liberal media and all these people saying that Wayne LaPierre has not done anything, for these children in the wake of all these massacres. And then he names off like 10 massacres. And he says, but John LaPierre sent thoughts and prayers. Every time he sent thoughts and prayers. And I think we need to send more thoughts and more prayers and think about thoughts and pray about praying and thoughts and prayers. He just stands up there and you see Wayne LaPierre behind the thing, just realizing he's being trolled. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful.
That's
beautiful
awesome. I got to look that up.
Yeah. Comedian, I think it's comedian trolls the NRA, like right there. And it's, man, if I had known that they would give you a mic, I would have tried to claim 5 minutes of stage time because that's what we do.
No shit.
All right. And all you need is a red hat, just a red hat. I think it's all it takes. Now, I don't know if you need one that says make the poor live on squirrel meat again, like President Trump's here. But anyway, moving on. 2 more for this round. Round 2. Texas Rural Voices posts a picture of their Welcome to Texas sign. It says, Welcome to Texas with the Texas flag, where the handmaid's tale meets the Taliban. Oh, yeah.
I just want to go on record here and say, I don't think we actually have to bring Muslims into this.
No.
I think actually the Christo-fascists, they've been dominating this fucking theocracy fucking bullshit for a long ass time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, it's bad. They should put it in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, it should just say like, where the handmaid's tale meets Texas. Fucking like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good point. Exactly. Where Texas meets Texas.
That's the headquarters of the Taliban. Where Texas meets Texas. We are gonna out Texas.
Coming this September 12th, the Taliban. Taliban convention. Woohoo. Literally, I cannot believe.
Seriously.
I cannot believe that Texas allowed them to host the NRA to host a party in the school's backyard. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? You know what? I'm going to keep going off on the NRA because I'm just tired of it. Fugelsang also said, John Fugelsang, the only way background checks take away your Second Amendment rights are, my friends, if you're a criminal, a terrorist, or insane. And if you're all 3, you're probably already a lobbyist for the NRA. And that's
well done.
Just a reminder here too, at their big party, the NRA wants we have a post here of Wayne LaPierre with his gun saying the NRA wants guns in schools, but they banned guns from last year's NRA convention due to safety concerns because they're pathetic. So yeah, more of that. And actually one more for the heck of it. Tom Thakar, friend of the show, Tom Thakar, thanks for listening, Tom, says these people don't give a fuck about mental health. They're actively anti-mental health. They don't want any money going towards anything that would help anyone but themselves. It's an empty talking point to get you away from guns. Guns are the most dangerous, most powerful drug in the world, and we're sick with them. We're fucked and it's hopeless. Anyway, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. Gary Greenblatt replies with a quote, "There's a shark attacking people at the beach. What we need to stop it are more sharks." Chief Brody in the Republican version of Jaws.
Which actually, listen, it's wrong when they do that about guns, but I would watch a movie where a guy stops Jaws by throwing more sharks at the problem.
I would watch
that whole movie.
Earlier, I told you, I said the only obvious solution is we need to arm the children. And Corey Showtime Robinson replied, he goes, "You don't understand. That's the problem. The children were armed." And I was just like, look, man, you got to fight fire with fire. And when the fire is burning and the fire ain't burning fire enough, you need to add gasoline to that fire. And if you still got fire, you just haven't added enough gasoline.
Right.
That's clearly, I mean, geez, I don't know why I need to explain this. All right, last one for round 2 for me. Paul Stamper, friend of the show. Paul posts, "I wish I was the person I thought I could be when I bought all this produce." Oh, we all wish we could be that person.
I heard a great Seinfeld joke. I was watching like early Seinfeld stuff on Netflix. And Kramer comes in and he's telling him he's got to go to this market. He's like, you got to go to this market, man. Like he takes back anything that sours or something. And Seinfeld goes, I don't need that. I understand. Fruit's a gamble. That was awesome. Fruit is a gamble. I don't get mad when I get home and one of them's rotten or something. I'm like, it's fruit. It's a gamble.
Yeah,
Round 3, the penultimate round. Leaving only my post with the most. Starts with Jokesar. Welcome back, Jokesar. Friend of the show, Jokesar. If you're not following Jokesar, fuck you. It says, I will never forget the look on Hillary's face when she went into the home of a working class family. And you see a very normal, this is a normal galley kitchen. You can tell that the collapsible door, cupboard is, across the hall. It's just really, 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 really normal working class kitchen. I mean, I don't know. And standing right there in the hall is Hillary Clinton, and she could not look more shocked. Her arms are stiff at her sides. Her jaw has dropped. She is floored by what she sees.
All right, but I want to point something out. I want to point something out here. If you trace her eye line, it is because there are house plants that appear to be potted in the sinks.
Yeah, I think no, look here, look closer. I'm pretty sure this is in a vase. Yeah, you see here, this looks like a vase.
Yeah, okay, but look in front. Look at that sink in the distance. Those plants they're potted in the sink.
They were watering. They're not potted in the sink. They were watering their plants in the sink for sure. Yeah, this is a hanging plant. You can see the line. This is a hanging plant that's been set in the sink. It is strange, and I'm sure that's what she's looking at, but it really, really does look like she's just shocked at the way normal people live.
Hang on, all I know is I immediately thought of the time I went to a person's bathroom and the bathtub was full of computer monitors and there was a plant potted in the toilet.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, sorry, but that was my impression. I was like, holy crap. By the way, if you're a follower of Project Gutenberg, that was the headquarters.
I'm not reading this whole name. At ADA or at AD Activity.
Nice.
Acquaintance of the show. Okay, I'm getting used to the name. Says the Pacific Ocean has 3.9 stars out of 5 on Google Maps. Who the fuck is downvoting the ocean? This is a picture of a very psychedelic looking picture of Jesus, and he's pouring something onto planet Earth. And it says here, have some man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. I love you so much, LOL. Thanks a lot, Jesus. Well, fuck yourself. Bunch of pictures of, red apples, gala apples or something. And it says, I'm straight, but red apples be so good. This is the first comment on this from Glow Fuck Yourself. Just said, what? So fucking weird. Here's a picture of a cockroach. Looks like it's on a sugar cube. And it feels like it's looking right at me. And it says, I can make your girlfriend scream louder than you.
Oh, God. That's
Julia.
Good.
At Julia Shiplet says, iPhone photos will make a little movie of the saddest month of your life without your permission.
Oh, man.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Blow fuck yourself. Has a picture of a man and he's holding a pen and a notepad. And it says, just remember, if you're struggling mentally, all you have to do, but all the text is cut off there.
Oh, no. Nice. That's just to torment the OCD people, man.
It is. It's awful. It's awful. L was a mistake. Friend of the show. L was a mistake at L was a mistake. Tweet, okay. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Push a man into a volcano and the sun god will ensure a bountiful harvest this season. Thanks for that reminder. Two more memes this round. At Pookle Blinky, friend of the show, Pookle Blinky, says Grinder, but it lets you know when Ted Cruz is nearby so you can yell at him in public.
Oh.
Sign me up. And my last meme or whatever for this round is from RC Cola. Official RC Cola. That's right. They tweeted, "We have no plans." This is back in 2017. "We have no plans to release any Covfefe flavored cola. If you want the taste of incompetence, there are other sodas more readily available." And Goodhood replies to RC Cola and says, "This is not a good marketing strategy." And RC Cola replies, "This is not a good marketing strategy." It really feels like their PR person just fucking lost it that day. Like, could not handle it anymore.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh man, and you were so funny. I got distracted and didn't get loaded up on my stuff nearly enough. So it's going to be kind of fun here. All right. I shouldn't have told you that. Okay, because I'm a professional. All right. This one's from a friend of the show, David King. Happy birthday, David King. Thanks for listening to the show, even on your birthday.
Love
really
you,
appreciate it. He was reposted Cassie at Cassie Myth, who says, "Anxiety tip. Next time you cringe over some embarrassing moment you had years ago, try to remember other people's embarrassing moments. You can't, can you? That's because you're the only embarrassing human to exist. Everyone else is always thinking about how cringy you are."
Fucked up.
I was actually pretty thrilled with oh man, I'm just gonna start throwing stuff. Okay. This one's a picture of Wolf Blitzer interviewing one of the Texas cops. The Chiron says, "Police gunman killed about 1 hour after he entered the school." And Jeffrey St. Clair comments, "What a pretty hat. It would have been a shame to get any sweat or blood on it." And I'm sorry, but I'm still mad. This one's from friend of the show, Tabitha Peter Patterson, who's posted a tweet from Lurkin Mom saying, "Scheduling any appointment. Them. Are there any days or times that work well for you? Me. No." You feel that one, don't you? Yes, me too. This next one is from Memes That Can Save the World. Thanks for listening to the show, Memes That Can Save the World. If you're not following Memes That Can Save the World, what are you even doing on the internet? This is a 4-panel of cheese, and the first one we see Swiss, and it says, "I wish I had smoother skin." Second panel is Brie, and it says, "I wish I had a stronger core." Blue cheese saying, "I wish more people liked me." Those little moo cow ones with the red wax around them, you have to pull the thing and pull it out. It says,
"Yeah,
it's hard for me to open up." And then finally is a pack of American cheese singles with a cowboy hat on it. It says, "I wish I had health care." Which I thought was freaking genius. Really pretty good. Let's see here. Friend of the show, Andrew Teedy. Sorry, buddy, but you're just good at this. You reposted a memory from 4 years ago from I Love Supernatural and I Too Love Supernatural. We see Dean eating an entire plate of, I don't know, maybe 2 pounds of bacon. And his brother's saying, "Don't you think you should take it a little easy on the nitrates?" And Dean's replying, "Dude, if bacon's what kills me, I win."
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. Hey, how about a simple joke you can use with your kids or your friends because you can't remember jokes that well? This is a good one. Question: how many NRA spokesmen do you need to change a light bulb? Answer: more guns.
That's fucking awesome.
I use it all the time. It's good. Store that one. It comes up all the time. Friend of the show, Mike Ingram. If you're not following Mike Ingram, what are you doing? He posts, this is a memory from last year, but it still applies today. Juneteenth becomes an Illinois holiday, and white people in the WCIA comment section, 4-panel, cracking their knuckles, cracking their neck, stretching out their knees, and pressing the caps lock button. Boy, is that the truth. If you haven't seen that comment section, don't.
Saddle up.
All I gotta say. Hey, here's one I said. I got quite a few friends that make brick films. I don't know if you know, but I don't think that's the right word, but they make the stop motion animations with the Legos. You guys know about the brick films? And so I just sent my Lego buddies all of this. It's a Lego picture here, and it's That's the Lego Glory Hole edition. And we just see the little minifig tapping onto a cock coming out of the wall in a nice Lego fashion here. All right. Hey, I got about 2-3 left here, and then we'll get to the post with the most. Friend of the show, Don Gerard, former Mayor Don Gerard. Hey, Mayor, how you doing? He reposted this from Armand de Blue. It says, as a Jew, I believe that life begins when the kids move out of the house. From Brett Stevens.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Friend of the show, Eric Sizemore. If you're not following Eric Sizemore, yes, you are. I just posted, we must stop these transsexual, gay, communist, atheists from teaching children how to use and access AR-15s. So, yeah, there you go. Second most popular post that I had this week was this one. I will cancel student debt if you vote for me. I will cancel $50,000 in student debt. I will cancel $10,000 in student debt. I will make community college free. I will be giving out one 25% off coupon for the on-campus Taco Bell, limit $5 per order. And that is been watching that happen in real time, actually. Friend of the show, Paul Stamper, second appearance of Paul Stamper, reposts Michael Adler, who says, just settled a divorce over the visitation of a parrot. Neither may teach it negative phrases about the other. I went to law school for this. I emailed all our attorneys. You know, all the official attorneys of Facebook for the Blind, Michael? I emailed them all. They loved it. They absolutely loved this joke.
That's awesome. Good. I might need to pay my yearly retainer soon.
Oh, good call. Good call.
Yeah, don't forget.
Friend of the show, Steve Hofstetter. If you're not following Steve Hofstetter, get a life. He basically reposts bits from people critiquing him. And this is a comment somebody posted. He blanked out his name. It says, I've never seen your set. Your whole shtick is you belittling anyone that says anything. Steve Hofstetter replies, I've never seen you naked, but I bet your whole shtick also belittle. So dumb. All right, down to the last two before we get to our post with the most. This is a repost from Lauren Windsor, who is taking a picture of herself in a MAGA hat at the NRA rally. And it says, Ted Cruz wants every school in America to operate with a single point of entry every day. Well, at the NRA and Secret Service couldn't do it for one afternoon to protect Trump. Friend and I walked in an unlocked side door, no screening, past an officer, and into reserve seating. And there she is with a picture. Owning them. Because it's so dumb.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's think about that just for a second. You'd like elementary school janitors to do a better job than the Secret Service. Fuck all the way off. And finally, friend of the show, Antonio Aguilar posts, whenever somebody isn't funny, I'm like, who didn't hurt you? Which I thought was genius. Actually, no, I'm not gonna close on that. I got one more. Friend of the show, Mark Rubel posts, FYI, you pee on a jellyfish sting, not on a jelly stain. Again, my apologies to the lady at the Waffle House this morning.
That's stupid.
It's very stupid, but I love it. Oh. All right, down to our post with the most.
Post with the most. My post with the most is a deep cut, and I want you to know, this is for everybody, of course. This is especially for you, TD. Something tells me you're gonna remember this. It says Batman versus Superman was okay, but I want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Sharks, and it's a picture of the 1990s cartoon Ninja Turtles versus the cartoon Street Sharks. And I'll be honest with you, until I saw this stupid fucking meme, I think my brain had completely pruned all information about the Street Sharks. I have not thought of them since I was a very small boy. But yeah, this was classic, and I wasn't alone. As soon as I posted this, it got all kinds of love. So yeah, my post with the most is bringing it back to 1996.
Nice.
Did you remember the Street Shark? Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. My post with the most was from me. How crazy is that? I put up Marjorie Traitor Greene is so consistently laughable. I'm starting to feel guilty about mocking the mentally disabled. Because it really
Original
is.
content taking the post with the most.
I know, pretty crazy. But it is weird, man, because it's like, you make fun of them for saying stupid, crazy stuff, and then you make fun of them for saying stupid, crazy stuff. But after a while, you're just like, I just feel sorry for her. I mean, obviously she has mental problems and needs professional help. And, at that point, it's like punching a kid with glasses or making fun of the kids on the short bus. I can't do it anymore because it's like, Marjorie, you need friends. You need a therapist. She needs a lot of stuff. Anyway, I believe that concludes an episode of Facebook for the Blind for May 31st, 2022.
Woo! Love you, George.
Bing. And then I stopped the
I think
recording.
that's the right amount. That's right.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.